Hello, my name is Derica Griffiths, and I would like to take a few moments just to give you an introduction to what this semester of U.S. history will look like for students. A little bit about myself, though, before we begin. I'm entering my 21st year at Thunderbird High School. It's my 30th year of teaching. I have taught English, I have taught the English language, and for the last 13 years, I have been teaching history at Thunderbird High School. I am also the Social Studies Department Chair. I am sure this is no surprise to you, but we're moving to a block schedule. This is new to me, and so I'm learning quite a lot about how that works and about pacing. I have had colleagues over the years that have taught in block systems, and there's always, with anything, the good and the more challenging aspects of it, but we're going to do our best to cover all that we need to cover, as well as skills, so cover for history but also cover for skills in this one semester. So most of our classes is, if you've been around, once the school day begins, our classes will start with a quick WebEx meeting. They last between 10 to 15 minutes in the beginning. I use those meetings to do attendance, usually to do what I call housekeeping, so some of the little classroom management pieces, reminders, and then I set up the learning for the day. So I preview what they will be doing. I might use a PowerPoint to discuss some of the content, and then I go over their assignments, and then students will go off and they will work and complete those assignments. Most students thus far have been able to submit the assignments within the period, which is excellent. Others have had to finish like homework after school. The assignments this semester will mostly be coming from or through a program on the Canvas platform. I'll just refer to it as Canvas. But what Canvas means is that it is the Glendale Union High School District's online curriculum. They have that for core classes, and so I will be using the U.S. History core curriculum from the Glendale Union High School District. There are times where we'll use different applications as well. I don't know how much that will happen, but I have spent time at the beginning of this semester making sure students have access to all of those and can connect with me. Nothing is more frustrating than getting an assignment and not being able, to follow it all the way out. So I've tried very hard to prevent that from being the case. What's highlighted down below is, so if a student is ever absent or simply confused, I have come across that a few times. So what I have put together is a weekly planner. It's a Google slide presentation, and they have access to it. They have access to it at any time through the Google Classroom stream. And then, of course, if you're familiar with Google, once you've accessed something, you've seen it, it also stays in your recent usage. So I use those with that presentation daily with students. I show them what we're doing, remind them that they have it. And so there should never be a moment where a student doesn't know exactly what we are doing. And that's important to me. I want to call attention to a couple of syllabus and classroom policies. Obviously, attendance matters. These are 90-minute classes, 4 days a week, and an hour on Monday, and I will have Monday classes. So, we have time, we have plenty of time, but that means a whole lot of things happen within that class period. So it's really important for students to be present. I understand absences happen from time to time. The best thing to do is for the student to write me, let me know they're going to be absent. I may just say, hey, remember to look at the weekly planner, and you have the assignments waiting for you in Canvas. So yes, and down at the bottom I've added this, If there are technical issues going on, anything that's kind of hindering a student from attending, please have them let me know, or you can let me know. Students can email through their phone. They can go on the student view and they can easily email me if a cell phone is available. I want to call your attention to part of the grading policy, because if you look at the weighting, as you already have, if you look at the weighting, you can see it's heavily weighted towards assessments and the final exam. So because of that, homework is meant, the assignments are meant to prepare, process the knowledge, prepare for the test, so then the performance is on the assessment. But because it's so heavily weighted, I have the policy where students can come, they can schedule to retake a test. They can do that for 3 tests within the semester. It's actually going to be 3 tests within the quarter, so between now and October, a student can retake up to 3 tests. And then the same for then the second quarter from October through December. So with that policy, here's what I have to say. I really don't think a student should have anything lower than a B. A's and B's are quite possible. If you're doing your work to the best of your ability, you're completing those. If I send the assignments back and I say, please revise, and they're getting revised, or if a student turns in an assignment and it's incomplete, I let them make it up. I should pause there and say students must turn in assignments on due days unless there's a circumstance preventing them from doing that. Even if it's like only half completed. If it's half completed, that's fine. I will grade it. They will at least have some points instead of no points and having me chase them down. And then it's up to them if they want to, revise it, complete it, and turn it back in. But for tests, they can retake 3 tests each quarter. And the only piece there is that it can only be up to an 80%. So again, between 80% on all tests or most tests and your homework, you really should be doing well in the course. So please let me know if you have any questions. You can write me and I can explain that. And as you start to see grades go into parent view, into the grading book, you'll get a feel for that weighting and how it's impacting. I should also say this: if I start to see that this online experience is having any kind of negative impact over what the norm has been in the past, I will make adjustments to that as well. So this was a slide that I showed to students, just letting them know that, a WebEx meeting is like a classroom attendance. And so everything is just according to school policies, district policies. I am asking students to unmute their video feed at the beginning of class just so I can see faces, make sure everyone is truly there. And then if they need to close those cameras due to bandwidth or some other issue, that's okay with me as well. So that's at the beginning of class as well as the end, making sure students are coming back. And that ends the Google Slides presentation, but what I would like to show you is some of the pieces that I discussed. So your student has access to a classroom feed. This is Google Classroom. Some of you may be familiar with it. Parents can have access to that, so you should ask your student about that, or you can email me and I can take care of that as well. But through here, like here's the syllabus. If that still hasn't been taken care of, I've been trying to get students to take care of the syllabus issue, getting that back to me with an acknowledgement. Here are 2 of the pieces that we use on a daily basis, and one of them was the weekly planner that I was discussing. I'll show you that. So these 2 are available to them, and then we have now some information on how to work in Canvas, that online program. This is what the US Weekly Planner looks like, so that gives you an idea. of if a student's absent, they can go back and they can say, okay, well, I need to do Unit 1, Lesson 3. And that will be available to them over here in Canvas. I'm giving you a look at what the student view or the student side of Canvas looks like. And the students would access all the readings and all the assignments of Canvas through coursework. You can see here, well, I'll just scroll and give you an idea. All of this students can see right now, but it's unavailable to them. We're going to go, I'm going to hold them at a certain pacing instead of just doing it all at once. That is not our purpose here. And they then go through readings, give you a look at one of those readings, and then they have assignments that go with this. This was a reading and a T-chart activity that they had to fill out, and then they submit that work to me in Canvas. So with that, I thank you very much for taking the time to watch this quick video. If you have any questions, please write me at any time. I'm very good about my email and getting back within a day. And if it's an emergency, of course, I will do my best to get back as fast as I can. I see the home-school relationship as a partnership, and really creating as best we can a successful situation for students to succeed. Thank you very much, and good night.